Hello everyone, welcome to JN Unique Designs. My name is Joseph and I am happy to be back with you today to work with a couple of other projects from Karen Buniston. Last week I showed you a school and a church or some pop-ups, that type of thing. I did a slider box, if I'm not mistaken. I did a slider box. And this week I'm going to show you how I took some of her other dies, which is the pop-up house die, and I've converted it into my own project. So this is going to be a fun thing. I know that I'm going to do this as with you, so you're not alone in this project, and let's see how it turns out. Please do let me know in my comments on how my volume is. I'm testing the volume now, and from what I've done before previously, I've had issues with the volume control. So please let me know so that I can help and figure out what's going on, and maybe I can solve the volume issue. So let's turn the camera down and let's get started. All right, so there's my desk there. What I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to show you some of the releases. So Karen Buniston's number 1157 came out with this, what's called this tiny house pop-up. It has a stamp, and the roof die is also a stamp, so if you ink it before you die cut it, it actually stamps it along with it. So I'll show you all of that in a little bit. But besides the tiny house pop-up, Karen Buniston came out with, first off, the Gingerbread tiny house add-on, which makes the gingerbread house. We're going to take this design and we're going to reconvert it a little bit, and I'm going to make a Valentine's cookie card using red velvet or red colored cardstock. And then she came out with, following that, the mushroom house add-on, which turns it into kind of like a gnome theme. So if you're into Smurfs or that type of characters, this is a perfect thing for you. And then for Halloween, she came out with the haunted house tiny house add-ons, which includes the creepy fence and all the shutters and spider webs and all of that fits perfectly onto the house. Recently this year, or within the last couple of weeks, Karen Buniston came out with the doghouse tiny house add-ons, which includes everything that you need to make a doghouse. The panel and paws are also the stamps. If you look at that, it stamps right onto there, and you can create this lovely doghouse. That's number 1221. And then last but not least, she came out with the church and school tiny house add-on that creates either the school or it creates a double-story church. So I'm going to take bits and pieces of each one of these dies, and I'm going to go ahead and create my own version of the card today. I've already went ahead and pre-die cut a bunch of stuff, and the reason why I did that was because I knew for a fact that it'd be a lot easier and saves a lot of bit of time if I did that. I know I may have to die cut some more, but I'm not quite sure. So we're gonna go along with it, and let's see how it turns out. With the stamp and die cut, you can see the details on here. What happens is that if I move this up to the camera, you can see how the stamp, if you stamp it prior to cutting it, all of the embossed lines in here will have a stamp mark on it. Matter of fact, it's a very easy process to do. So let's not. I'm not going to do that today, but I'm going to go ahead and start moving right into the house. All these score lines here, what you can do is just fold them down. If you have thin enough cardstock, it's easier just to fold away, which is known as a mountain fold. Or if you don't have thin enough cardstock, you can always do a valley fold. Fold them up towards you and then fold it back down. That way you know for a fact that it's going to be always on that score line. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm going to fold it and make sure that this is right on that score line, because I just realized that it's a little crooked there. And whenever you're doing anything with Karen Buniston's dies, I personally like to decorate when it's flat, because it's a lot easier to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I'm going to use a red. Where is that ink? Let me find it. Here it is. I'm going to use Chianti from Versafine Claire to darken up this house a little bit. I'm just going to go around the edge like I have done with all the other projects with the dauber here. And this red, it just shades in the cookie. Like I mentioned to you, I'm not making a gingerbread house. I'm going to make a red velvet house. And I just thought it would look kind of cool. So, let's see. So red velvet. Look at that. That would be phenomenal red velvet. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these pieces. This comes from the gingerbread house itself, and I'm going to go ahead and place it right on here. Even all the way around, and place it down. And then I'm going to take the other one here and do the same thing. I'm going to continue to decorate while this thing is flat. A lot easier, much easier to manipulate, a lot easier to work with, and a lot easier to create whatever project you want to do. And then you just assemble it and put it together. So I'm going to take these side panels here and put that together. As such. Uh-oh. I got ink on my fingers. That's not good. I gotta get my cloth here, and I got my alcohol there. It's a good thing that I'm not worried about that too much, because I'm gonna cover it up. So, not good that I got ink on my fingers. This is the problem with doing projects like this, and you're not careful. White. My despicable colors, white. So I'm gonna take the roof here. This is the roof piece. I'm going to take out all the extra pieces on the inside. So, let's see here. What I've already done with these, in case you haven't seen, is went ahead and I've used Elizabeth Craft Design's double-sided adhesive, because double-sided adhesive from Elizabeth Craft Designs is phenomenal. It is a great product. It is very sticky. It is very easy to use, very easy to manipulate, and very thin. You can use scrapbook score tape. You can use any type of score tape, any tape really that sticks. Because personally, I found it a lot easier when you double-sided adhesive the back here, and you can just put it on your project rather than having to glue all these shapes. I mean, when you're watching the design itself, there's always this question of whether, is this considered piping? Is this considered glazing? Is this considered frosting when I put stuff like that together? I'm not quite sure. Karen Buniston, in her assembly video of the tiny house, had that question. So I did not go back and look at that. But what you can do for me is you can comment down below. If you comment down below and let me know what you consider this as when you're putting this frosting on a cookie. Is it called piping? Is it called frosting? Is it called something else? That'd be fun. That's how we can settle that question. I mean, Karen Buniston did do that already, but because this is something that I'm doing and I'm trying to recreate this project, feel free to also comment down below. I hope everybody's doing well and rested up from Christmas, because this video is being filmed in the week between Christmas and New Year's. Can you believe that 2022 is already almost gone? I know I can't. I'm not ready for it. Or am I? That's the real question. But no, I am. I can't wait for 2022 to be over. The quicker 2022 gets over, the better my year is going to be. So that's what I'm doing. But let's see. So I'm gonna place this right on the edge here. These this frosting here with the double-sided adhesive fits perfectly right onto the roof of the house here, as you can see. I don't know why my camera is doing that. It's doing that auto-focusing thing, and I need to figure out why it's doing that, because every so often whenever I look over to the side here, I see the autofocus. Maybe I need to switch cameras. I'm not quite sure. But let's see. I don't know how to fix that yet. We'll figure it out together. And if I'm doing what this project calls for, is that this is going to be the front of the house here. The far left is going to be the front of the house. And I'm going to take my door, and this piece did not have any glue on it, so I'm going to use Lineco pH neutral glue, which is in my fine tip bottle, which is phenomenal. One of the best glues on the market. And I'm going to go ahead and place my door on that white so it looks like it's frosting. There we go. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something. I was forgetting houses. I was forgetting the house. So, we're going to have to go back and do that. Or the windows, sorry. I was forgetting the windows. So, I'm just peeling this off because I know that I'm going to need this. And I'm just going to help me along here by getting all these pieces off. And I don't know what kind of die cut machine everybody uses. Today, when die cutting these pieces, I was using my Adhesive switch, my electronic die cut machine. And you know what you want to do is you want to make sure that whatever platform you're using, make sure that it's designed to cut through the paper and the tape. And the nice thing about putting the tape on the back is that it scores the project for you also. Most definitely nicer. So I went ahead and from the original house also die cut a bunch of hearts, small hearts, since I'm making a Valentine's card today. And let's see if this works, because I didn't try this beforehand, and which I probably should have. So this is all going to be new to me. I'm going to try putting this right on here, right on this house, this roof, I meant. This is going to be the smaller roof, and I'm going to go ahead and trim around it. So there we go. Now we have a smaller roof with the same type of piping. I'm going to go ahead and fold it right down the middle just to make sure that the glue sticks. It looks like it does. That would look very nice, actually. With this house, in this particular house, I decided that I'm not going to put a charm on top. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this charm off. Cut this charm holder off. I'm going to cut that piece off. And if you are confused on what those two pieces are, check it out on Karen Buniston's assembly video page, because she will show you what that is. And when she shows it to you, it will make much more sense to you on what that is and why I'm not using it. So I'm going to go ahead and brush in a little bit of color here. Like that. Get my rag. And I'm going to go ahead and clean this. I know that this piece here was designed for the chimney, but I wonder if it fits here. Yes, it does. So I'm gonna cut another one of those, because I want another one of those for my for the other side of the house. So let me pull that die out from number 1173. Pull that die out, and I'm going to go ahead and pull my, on the side of my desk here, I actually have a portable die cut machine, which is the Sizzix, the Timbolt Sidekick. So I'm just going to go ahead and sidekick cut it real quick, just because I don't feel like I need to run such a big machine for something so small as that. Through it, like that. So there we go. I've already die cut that very quickly. Very simply. I'm going to go ahead and take the double adhesive off. I'll place it right in the middle of this piece here. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and work all the folds. So the folds are all exactly the same as in the assembly video, where you have one mountain fold, which starts on the outside, and one valley fold, and it just alternates. Mountain fold and valley fold, and mountain fold and valley fold. That's all that is. So let me do this. Let me do this. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some of my Blanco pH neutral glue there. I'm going to put this right in the middle here. Like that. I'll glue that piece together. So now you have what looks like a accordion fold, as you can see. And if you're thinking why there's a slit here, there is a slit here. That's on purpose. That's done on purpose. So don't worry about that slit, because I fold that slit in just a tad bit, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'll go ahead and take my glue. I'll place my glue right on top here, and I'll put it right in the center of my roof. So yeah, I'll put it right in the center of my roof. Like that. Center it, press it down, and let it sit for a second while the glue sets. So once the glue sets, it creates this extravagant, like, roof looking thing. So continuing with the project here, there's this one other fold that you fold inwards down below. And I knew, like I said, I was forgetting to cut some windows, so I have to go back and cut some windows. But this thing, because I folded it without paying attention earlier, I don't have a flat piece. This piece right here, this corner here, and this down here should line up. So if you ever have that issue, just go ahead and just lay it flat and glue it, and then it'll all come together like such. And then this is your roof piece. So one piece goes to the back and one goes to the front, so a valley and a mountain fold. And one side goes as such, and the other side goes as such. So it's the opposite. If you fold this one as a valley fold, this one will be a mountain fold. If this is a mountain fold, this will be a valley fold, this will be a mountain fold. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna take some of my glue and place it on one of the tabs on one side, and the exact opposite tab on the other side. I'm gonna assemble my house, my roof. So I place that right there. And then place this right on the other side, as such. And then what I'm going to do is, I forgot that I wanted to put some hearts in here. Set this aside first. So in the original the original tiny pop-up house, it comes with these little hearts, and these little hearts have double-sided adhesive on it. And I went ahead and I cut a bunch of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it all over the top of this house, because instead of putting gumdrops on top of the house like the candy cane, I'm going to make this into a Valentine's theme. So as I said, I'm just peeling some gumdrops, some heart shaped here, and I'm just going to place it all over the lattices of the house. And I know for a fact that the roof of the house goes to a certain point, so you have to be careful to cover it. So I know this is the tedious part here. So, but I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you do like my videos. Do hope that you are watching and enjoying them as much as I am enjoying making these with you, because in 2023 I'm gonna go ahead and start making other videos, technique videos that will be more intriguing. As you know, I have been so busy with craft fairs, I've been so busy with events, that this is so relieving for me to be able to sit down and start making some cards again, like such. And maybe because I didn't want these flat on the die cut when I ran them through multiple times, that's why I punched them out. But let me know if you think that they're necessary to be punched out, These are what I call my red velvet house. So I wanted the red velvet cookies. So let's see here. Doing this. If I bring it up to the house closer, you can see the sparkle, and that looks kind of cool with all the hearts in there. That looks really cool. I don't know if you can see it as clear, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a better photo and I'll upload it to my Facebook page. I'll upload it, and you can go ahead and follow it and see for yourself what I've done. And I'm still debating on whether I want to put the chimney on here because of where I'm putting the double story house. Maybe I'll put the chimney on the upper story. That looks like a perfect plan for that. But again, I haven't cut my windows yet, so that becomes problematic for me. So I still have to go back and do all of that. So much for preparing ahead of time. Sometimes preparing ahead of time, and then have you ever had that issue while you're crafting, something else comes up and you forget immediately what you're doing? Yeah, I've done that one too many times in the last few months. So grateful that you're staying with me here. So where is everybody from? Like, comment, and share my video, please. And as I am getting ready to approach my milestone of viewers and subscribers, I'm getting ready to give out another prize. I'm ready to give out some stuff. So if you are a follower of my channel, you already qualify. But if you have not followed my channel previously and you like and comment down below of this video, you have the opportunity to win some items coming up here. I would imagine within the next week I will have a prize coming up, and that prize is actually going to be from Karen Buniston. I will be giving out some stuff from Karen Buniston. So that's my next item giveaway here. So let's see, how do I want this? Do I want this in the front of the house, or do I want it closer to the back? Probably. And then I'm going to put some glue in there. And there's this notch that's in here. If you watch the design video, you'll see there's this notch that's in here. And what that notch is it's designed so that when you press all the way up towards that notch and you hold this clamp down like this, you hold this piece down, and the roof opens later on, it opens perfectly to the appropriate spot of where the roof is supposed to sit when the card opens. So I'm just holding this until the roof sits a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to placing more hearts on there. So when you open up the roof, so that how the top of the roof there, it opens up and it looks like a farmhouse. That's why that does what it does. So go back to putting more red roofs here, red hearts on my roof. So I'm a big fan of pop-ups in the recent months. So anything that can become 3D, it has my name written all over it. So I'm just excited for what the new year brings. New toys, new craft materials, new career maybe, I don't know. That will be good. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side here. I promise you I'm almost done with the hearts. I'm so sorry. These are so tedious. I wish I had prepared better for you, so you wouldn't be sitting here watching me put hearts on a roof. But I know that some of you don't mind that at all, and which I am very grateful for. So, I'm just putting wherever the lattices are coming to a cross, that's where I'm placing a heart. No rhyme or reason. My fingers don't want to work today when peeling off these double-sided adhesive, so I'm using a combination of my fingernail and my tweezers. Let's see. This. And then, am I missing any? Does it look like I'm missing any? And since this roof is not sticking very well, I think what I need to do is I need to add a little bit more glue to make sure that that roof sticks to the house. Alright. I just got to remember, keep in mind that I want this to be the front of the house. When you're assembling the roof, make sure that these two panels here, one goes on each side of that the center frame, and then you put it right under into the middle of the roof here. Put it right into the bottom roof, the base roof. And then you just hold it there for a second until the glue sets. And once the glue sets, we're ready to place it into a card. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I need to really make some windows, because I don't have any windows. I'm not going to put a chimney on there. I've decided I'm not going to put any chimneys. So let me see what dies I have for my windows. And I think what I need to do is, since those are white, I'm going to go ahead and take a red sheet here. This is just red cardstock, maroon color base cardstock, nothing fancy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive on the back of it to make my life a lot easier when working with these windows. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a razor blade, because that's how I cut my tape, and make it nice and sharp and crisp, so you don't have to worry about it. And then that tape is ready to go again. And what I mentioned to you earlier is I have this sidekick off to the side of my desk. Let me bring it right into the center here. That's the sidekick. And I'm going to go ahead and just run a couple of these windows through the sidekick. Just like that. Get two windows. And then I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna punch them out, or not. And then anything that's already popped out like that, I'm gonna go ahead and just stick them on here. So, since I know for a fact that this is where the first window is gonna be, I'm gonna place it right there. I'm gonna take another one. Crack that out. And the nice thing, like I said, double-sided adhesive. I can line that up perfectly right there. And then I'll take this and fold it sideways like this so it matches. And the benefits of folding it backwards is you can see where the other window is, and then that way you can make sure that it's lined up perfectly. So, gotta take this, all the little holes out of here, and so that you have that. See, what I meant is when you fold it over like such, you can see where the other window is. And by seeing where the other window is, you can make sure that it's lined up perfectly. So, let me take that out here. And let's do this. Other window's perfect like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fold it backwards. As you have seen, what I did was by folding it backwards like that, I can create that. My fingers are full of tape. So, one more time. Run through. Get my window die there. And I'm gonna move this die cut machine out of the way. I have a side desk here that I'm moving it to, so I'm not moving it far. So, make sure I get all those pieces out. One little pesky piece decided that it's going to be stubborn with me today. So that's what it gets. I'm going to place this right here. Place this window there. Perfect. Now I have a red velvet house here. Pretty sure everything's stuck down, which is good. I'm going to take one of these little candy canes here. Let's do pink. This is a candy cane from the die set that came with the house, and I'm going to place it right there. I'm going to place another, maybe place a couple of candy canes somewhere. I'll figure it out later. But basically, oh, and I need one on the back. That's what I need. Let's put another pink one. Or, yeah, let's put another pink one back there. I already ran these through with double-sided adhesive, and so that's why I'm able to do what I'm able to do very quickly. Okay. There's another one back there, and now I have a little candy house. Look how pretty, how cool that looks. It's a little Valentine's candy house. And it doesn't even have to be centered. That roof piece wasn't even centered. So, look how cool that looks. Very excited about that. Very excited about how that looks. I don't need that piece. I'll throw that piece out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors here, and I'm going to cut right across here. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to make a little fence line. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that fence line yet, but with a fence here, what you can do is, actually it needs to be a little bit lower, since it's a candy house. I'm just eyeing it. There's no rhyme or reason to what size I'm using. I'm going to place this right behind my house here, right about there, so it sticks out the back. You know, like that. And then when putting this into a card, what you want to do is you want to make sure that your card is, these two flaps down here are in the same spot in the back. So let me get a card, since I didn't have one ready, so let me grab one. Whichever one of these little cabinets here. I'm going to use this card. This is a pre-cut card I got from Hobby Lobby for Christmas, and it's red, and so I just thought it would be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and decorate this a little bit. First off, let's see what I have. I have this beautiful paper here from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Let's use that, because it's always phenomenal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and already pre-cut this. I'm going to cut this, not all the way, but I'm going to do maybe a 4x4. Yeah, let's do a 4x4. And so, let's do a 4x4. And that looks like a little bit of a shaping in itself. So I always put my logo on the back of these cards, so I'm just gonna emboss it real quick. There's my logo there. I'm gonna go ahead and take my ATC gun. This is just a standard tape gun with ATC tape in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and place this right in the middle. Not passing the fold, just right against the fold, and all the way out to the edge like that. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. My ATC fold. Like that. All the way up to the edge, but not crossing that border. And then what I can do then is I can put some glue onto this house. You want to shellac this glue all over very thoroughly, because glue is more permanent, but it needs to hold onto that paper. So what you want to do is you want to make sure it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it right down here. Remember, you can place it anywhere on this card, just as long as this top corner here where my finger is, this top corner, it's cleared right up here. So once it's clear up there, we're good to go. So I'm going to place it right there, hold this up, press it right against the corner, and let it sit for a second. Just wait until while the glue is drying. Until the glue dries a little bit. Let it set up, and have a little bit of patience when you're working with these types of projects, because you want the glue to set up well. And so when you open up the house, there you go. You have a beautiful Valentine's house that pops up with frosting down below. Look how cool that is. I'm so excited. So very excited about this house. And one of the dies in the Karen Buniston set is these gingerbread dies here in the candy, in the gingerbread house. And all of her dies that are meant to have some sort of piping or frosting, whatever, they have these lines in there. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking a white gel pen and I'm going in there. I'm not doing anything fancy. See? And it's already set. It sits right inside. So it's just perfect. See? So now you have your perfect gingerbread house. Gingerbread man. Just right there. Set. Good to go. Alright. And then I'm going to place my gingerbread man just against the fence here. That's my two little semi-lovebirds. Like that. So, there you go. Now you have two gingerbread men standing right off to the side here of the house, and when you fold, it automatically just comes in together. Karen Buniston talks about whenever you have some issues with this house folding and collapsing, all you want to do is just take a bone folder and just curl this top corner here down just a tad bit, and corner this side back corner and curl it down just a tad bit, and that way it folds much easier. And it can, if you guide it down, what happens is the card folds flat, and you just train it. Once you train it, the card folds flat all the time, just like that. So there we go. I've been with you now for 40 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and more videos will be coming out in 2023. Wishing you and your family and your friends and everybody that's loved ones and close to you a very happy and fun new year, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Wherever you may be joining, be safe, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.